looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
It's Pat and JT, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. 402-403-9478. Text us. You can call us. Leave us voicemails. We love that. It's fun. So thanks for listening to episode 184 of the Pat and JT podcast.
All right. So what do you keep? What temperature do you keep your thermostat at home during the day when you're home?
During the day when we're home, probably 75, 74, 75-ish in there.
Okay. And then
Depending.
when you're gone?
So I think it's 77, 78 when we're gone.
And when you sleep?
Probably about we have fans going, so probably 76, 75, right there in that area.
So 75, yeah.
Ish.
I'm like 70. I keep it a little, not quite. I keep the fans on.
Yeah.
So like they said, the fans will cool a person, they won't cool a room. So I'll have the ceiling fans. So usually around 78. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, 75. 76 to 78 is
Okay.
about where I'm at. And then nighttime, I like it like 70, closer to 72, 74. I want it to be a little cool.
I'm with you. I like the cooler.
72.
I didn't used to, but I do. I like the cooler sleeping.
There was a study that came out this last week in Florida, of all places. And they were talking about actually what it was for is not just the best temperature for your body, but environmentally, the best temperature you should keep your house at for energy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I forget about that sometimes.
Okay. So when you're at work or away, they set it to 85 degrees. Now, I have to say, our office, we set it to 80. I will say when we're not here. It goes to 80 degrees, and then it goes back up to 75 at first, I think. 76, 77, somewhere in there, like first thing in the morning, like 6 o'clock. Mm-hmm. It's not a real hard job.
It's different when we're responsible for all the bills, yo.
And then it'll go cooler during the day. But they ask people, how cool do you keep your house? And according to the study, 78 when you're at home. I'm good with that. 85 when you're at work or away.
That's crazy.
I set it at 80, and it very rarely does mine get to 80.
And that's probably true. But like, and you're right. So if it doesn't get to 80, then if you set it for 85, it won't get to 80. Because I would think if it does get to 85, cooling it back down would take more energy than just keeping it at a steady 78 or 79.
Depending on when you do. Because if you do it in the heat of the day, it has to work harder, and more people are using the energy on the grid trying to catch up. But if you do it in the cool, it would make more sense. But you're right. If your house doesn't cool, it doesn't get that hot. But then they say 82 when you're sleeping.
Not a chance.
In hell.
Not a chance.
I don't even understand how that could happen. I couldn't sleep in 82.
Mm-mm. No.
In the winter, I could.
That'd be too hot in the winter.
I don't even think it would be.
I think 82, can you imagine? I mean, really, even in the winter, it's
if
like...
If it's 30 outside, 82 feels pretty damn good.
It does, but 82 would be like, how hard would your house have to work to keep your house at 82? Like the furnace would have to work so hard. We keep ours in the winter, 67, 68, and it feels awesome. 20 degrees hotter?
Do you use a heating pad? Like a heated mattress pad?
No, I couldn't sleep on that.
I don't keep the heat at 82. I have a mattress pad, and that's like heated instead of an electric blanket because I don't like the weight.
Right.
And so I use it, and it's cranked up a little.
Yeah.
Because it's chill in the house. It'll be cold in the house, but I like that. But this is no way. Sleep at 82. I can't even imagine that.
I would complain in the summer if it was 82 in the house and the AC was off. Like, oh my God, it's so hot. But doing that on purpose?
Every day when I walk into the house, it's probably right around 80 degrees. It's right around 80, say 79, 80. It's not awful, but they say the actual ideal temperature to sleep, 60 to 67.
That's about right. Just like a baby.
So that's a big gap, 60 to 67. So 60, that's cold to me.
60
but
be, yeah. 60 is cold.
I'm a little closer to that.
I'd go 67 would be fine. 66, 67 is good.
You want enough, so you have to have a blanket. They said then there's something to that too. Don't you wonder how it is that when you lay down to sleep, like if you lay down to take a nap, an accidental nap where you don't have a blanket, usually you wake up, you might be a little bit chilled. But generally you have to have some kind of cover, even if it's just a sheet when it's hot. And your body temperature varies so much overnight that in the middle of the night, well, not in the middle of the night, but when you wake up first thing in the morning, if your clock's working right when you first wake up, and you will be hot when you first wake up because everything starts heating up because your body's conserving energy, so it's only using it on its internal organs, and so that's why you need the blanket or a cover, just something. And but then once you start waking up, the body starts getting things going, and that's what wakes you up because you're like, poof, time to get up, man. It's hot.
I had no idea.
Yeah. You notice. Yeah. You once
But
you
you're
read
right.
it.
In the summer, even if it is hot, you have to have a sheet. Even if it's
Just
a sheet
something.
over a leg or whatever.
It's not.
It's so weird.
I'm hardly covered. I just like pull it across my tummy or something. That's all I've got.
Like it's doing nothing.
But for some reason, I have to have
It's
it.
a mental thing.
It is. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Have to have it. Anyway, welcome to our podcast.
Yeah.
Would you say this is we're on the downhill side
It's
of the year, aren't we?
184. Yeah, episode 184.
This is really exciting.
Okay, and like utility wise, in the new house, a little bit bigger than what we were used to in Lincoln. I guess I've never, just over the last 20 years or whatever, I've never really broke down how much water a human being or a household uses by the gallons.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I mean, it's just it is what it is. The price is what it is. Water is. It's not like you can shop around. There's no MUD and Millard UD and Omaha. You got to go to one place, so you're going to pay what you got to pay.
Yeah.
But I mean, 30,000 gallons of water. I'm thinking,
Well,
that's got to be wrong.
You've got what, 3 or 4 people though that are coming and going.
Right.
Trust me, you want to talk about somebody who wants to throw a red flag. And I'm like, there is no way because nobody else lives here.
What is
And I am not here
on?
all day. So what the hell? Do I have hobbits? I'm like, what the hell's going on? Who's playing in the
Right.
Somebody's playing in the water somewhere. And I'm like, is something on? Do I have a hose on somewhere? Is there
leak?
something? You're right. And it freaks me out because my bill isn't much different than the bill of the family who lived before me as far as the usage, not the dollar sign, but the amount. And I've always, I knew that from the very beginning. It was like, well, that was a family. Actually, it was 3 that were living there to a family of 1. How on earth?
That's I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
sense. Doesn't make it. And again, you have no way of
Nope.
proving
It's their meter.
Right,
It's
their
nope.
MUD. You have no clue. You're like, oh, I did what? All right, well, I guess I did. Whatever.
Whatever. What do I owe you?
Right now, so frustrating.
Hook me up, level bill me. I won't feel a thing, right? Oh, geez. Yeah, it is. It is frustrating. I'm going to go back to the Facebook page here just for a second. I wanted to grab a couple of comments that we had that were kind of fun. First off, too, I wanted to mention several people commenting on the episode that we just did yesterday, which was with Rob Quillen. He's a local author, motivational speaker, friend. And he had a great story that he told about 9/11, turning really tragedy into I don't know what you want to say, a greatness. He took a tragic situation and found a way to turn it into something good in the end, and it's an amazing story of coincidences. It's just
If you didn't
super
listen
good.
to it, if you're listening to this,
Yeah.
you didn't listen to that, back her up and listen to 183 with Rob.
Yeah.
And
It's
there's links and
super
everything for his book and everything. But yeah, it's worth the listen.
Why wait?
Yeah. Why wait? Don't wait
That's
anymore.
the name
yo.
of the book. But yeah, a lot of people commenting on, wow, because just hearing it's been 18 years. It was in 2001 when 9/11 happened. And we all have our memories. But a lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
This year there's
Right.
a group of freshmen going to college that don't even remember it. Zero memory, like as in weren't there. And then there's some that were babies, they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
But then we kind of mentioned that, pointed to that about when we were kids learning about history and recent events, but we were children and they'd happened either in our childhood or just before we were born. And it seemed like it was so far away.
Yeah.
was
and then
so
there was
long ago.
access to that kind of stuff when we were learning it about it from if something that was
Yeah,
happening in the
that's a
50s or
good point.
60s. There weren't. You had to look at a book and look or wait to see something on TV. But now you just go on YouTube and see
So
video after
really-
video after video of 9/11. So
They should have much more memory of it.
that's
Much
what
more
it is.
knowledge of
I
it.
wonder if it's the memory or by watching the videos. It's like memory or video, it doesn't even matter. It's all the same thing. So they experience it more than we experienced World War I or Pearl Harbor. It's like we weren't obviously there, don't remember it.
Don't you still it still just fascinates me when I read anything JFK, Martin Luther King, the astronauts, all that stuff that happened, that you have zero memory of.
Mm-hmm.
And, before you even or going into the 70s, even the early 80s, reading about those things. And now we have the actual footage. I mean, they did have footage at that time, but we didn't have access to it.
Right. We'd have to wait till a
I'm
special
still
came on
fascinated
Thanksgiving
by it.
to watch the JFK thing.
Yeah.
Then you just go on YouTube and find it.
Even when Rob was talking about the 9/11 stuff, and I was thinking about whenever the specials are on, I still watch.
Me too. Riveted.
Yeah. I mean, there were several points he made about some things that we didn't see at the time, we didn't know about him until later. But it's really a great conversation. So thank you for your comments about that, because a lot of people literally said they got chills listening to him talk about it, just like goosebumps.
And in the show notes,
it's a
there's
great
the
story.
link for the book on Facebook, Twitter, and on wherever you get your podcast. There's a little link.
Please do. Then Carly wrote in, so I'm way behind here. Just heard the podcast about Ed. You might remember Ed was the man who bought up all the half-price roses and gave them away to all the ladies, young and old, at the grocery store at Baker's, and said, so sweet, and said, but JT, I know that you went to that store just for half and half, and it gave me a craving. So guess who went to the store for half and half tonight? That's right, my husband.
Who has a craving for half and half?
Because she had a picture of a bulldog in her hand.
Oh, I get it. So it wasn't the half and half. It was what
she
you
needed
mixed
it.
with that, right?
She needed the half and half to continue. That's what I was at the store for. By the way, I will tell you, Kroger's half and half is really good. And I really like the bottle. It's kind of interesting. If you take the cover, the label off, it's just a plastic, it just kind of tears right off. It's not attached. And then it just looks like a clear milk bottle.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I don't know why to me, that
It's kind of cute, like a little tiny one.
It makes me happy. I don't know. Amanda says, we're talking podcasts. Any new podcasts out there? What do you got for me? So one of them that came in, and I could not find her name. She wrote it in Culpable, which I just added to my list. And Amanda said, I've, by the way, been listening since day one. Thank you, Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda. Culpable. I would never be able to find it because I'd have to Google how to spell culpable.
I'll help you.
The podcast on iTunes, Apple Podcast, doesn't have a very good autocorrect, or like, did you mean, hey, idiot, did you mean culpable?
Autofill thing, right?
Instead of catapult?
No,
I did not mean catapult. I meant culpable.
So Culpable, and then the other one's Dr. Death.
Oh, you haven't heard Dr. Death yet?
I haven't done Dr. Death yet. I'm in the middle of, and
I've also that one.
I also dropped in Hide and Seek.
It's a good one.
And I'm listening to Murder Book right now, which we talked about earlier.
Dr. Death is great, and that's one I love. The ones that have happened IRL in the last 3-4 years, and that one did. And it's crazy.
Super good stuff. So, all right, so there's that. Let's see here now. What else is in my pile of stuff? I got so many things that have been going on, and I wanted to grab a couple. Oh, I'm not even going to go down that road. Forget it. Well, let's go to Colorado first.
Okay.
This just
it's
happened.
just a video you showed me earlier. This is awesome. It's just fantastic.
So the story comes out. Let me make sure I got the right story first, because there is an order to things. What it was is Bed Cinema hit Denver this last weekend.
Which is a recipe for a nap.
Well,
like, who has a gathering where you
what they
lay
did,
down and watch movies?
They had an outdoor film viewing, which fun in the first place. And what they did, it's a traveling pop-up experience. So this has been going on. And they had the plans for this last weekend, the 19th and 20th, and the movies they were going to run. And on the 19th, had about 150 blow-up mattresses that were sent out to different cities in the United States. And they did this pop-up. So Denver had one of them. And so people brought their blankets and pillows, and then they put the mattresses out, and then they had a huge blow-up screen, and they were airing the movies. And so they had Anchorman was what was on Friday night.
Anchor. Would have been helpful.
Just don't foreshadow. And then
Blown Away.
mean Girls, Twister. Back to the Future, and Captain Marvel. The nights were all sold out. Everybody had their mattress reserved. They had smaller mattresses for one person to be comfortable, or 2 people to snuggle. Bigger mattresses for 3 or 4 if you want to bring friends or family or whatever it is. Opening night had a few catches. Mattresses losing their air. The screen that the film was on wiggled quite a bit in the wind, and there was a threat of rain. Then the great mattress migration happened. Because then Saturday afternoon, I should say, dozens of air mattresses set up for the night all of a sudden took flight through Stapleton. And
it's hilarious.
One man called it the Great Mattress Migration of 2019. They were flying through a field. People were running after them, trying to catch them. They're narrowly missing some people. Mattresses coming up behind them, flying over a gate into a pool. People trying to figure out how to get in there to get the mattresses out. They have a video, and
we shared it.
It's out there.
It's so funny. And what the ones that you showed me where people put music behind them, different things, Chariots of Fire, whatever. You could watch it, the same video over and over and over, because the different music behind it is so funny.
Changes everything, doesn't it? So one guy says, I was sitting in a pool and all of a sudden 2 mattresses flew in.
That'll
I was a little confused.
right. That'll mess you up. Where'd you guys come from?
So then they said, you know what? All of a sudden it dawned on us, wait, we did see over across the way that they had mattresses set up for that event. So they left the pool area to see what was going on. And there were like 50 to 100 mattresses just flying. And that's when he took the video. And they're all just rolling together across this
It looks
field.
like they're trying to get the heck out of there. It does look like they're migrating.
And it went on for over 30 minutes that people were chasing these beds all over the place. Lucky somebody didn't get hurt.
Right.
Taken out by one.
Well, at least they were smart enough to not hold on to the mattress. You know, some people like will stand on a big umbrella or whatever,
know.
but as it gets swept off the ground on that one food cart or whatever,
Yes.
that guy held on. Like go with the hot dogs, dude. They're fine. Get out of there.
Get out of there. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Maybe, as you said, anchorman. A little anchoring would have been helpful for the mattresses, kind of like a tent.
Again, there are no little loopholes on a mattress because you shouldn't have to tether a mattress to the ground.
Because they're not supposed to be there.
We just got a new air mattress, by the way, a couple days
when
ago.
When you're camping.
But you don't take an air mattress. I mean, maybe you do.
It is an air mattress that you can take
But I don't think
camp.
Again, you shouldn't be like if you have to camp like where there's going to be wind. I've never seen an air mattress that you can tether down. So usually it's in a tent.
There's got to be a way to do it.
I'm sure there is. Like I'm sure Coleman has one.
I'm sure.
We got a fancy air mattress the other day, just shipped to us. Oh, okay. Speaking of great customer service, on the tip of the mattress, ordered it on Amazon. Supposed to be there on like Saturday. It said it was out in Omaha for delivery. Tracking didn't show up. Got the email that said it's going to be delayed another few days or whatever. Got lost. No, it said it got lost. Like it's in a truck. It says in Omaha. Mm-hmm. She, Beth got on her phone, chatted with Amazon. They researched it. 90 seconds later, they had another one on the way to us. And it got there the next day.
Sure.
Right. So we got one. Still haven't got the lost one. Whatever. Maybe they sent it back. But it was
crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's like Chewy, the great customer service. But the air mattress is legit. Like it's huge.
Yeah.
Got the pump. Probably 2 minutes. It's up.
This is true. I've got one that we use camping. Haven't used it for a while, but I got the pump. Just done.
Great.
Ready to rock, and then it'll also deflate it for you
it's
too.
awesome. Yeah,
so you don't have to have.
We sat there and
laying on it.
Me and Beth and Angie sit there on Sunday at 1:00 in the afternoon. Just 3 adults watching it go up, and then ready? Watching it go down.
Oh my
It's like a
God.
5-minute process. It was
Is there
awesome.
any alcohol involved in that at all?
The night before, the whole weekend, basically.
Awesome.
You need one of those cleanse. Okay, so and the alcohol, the Kahlua thing, right?
Yeah.
We're just talking about your Kahlua. Is it? I know you can't make an alcoholic beverage and sell it. Got to be like licenses and stuff like that. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
You just couldn't make your Kahlua recipe with the alcohol in it and sell that as JT's blend.
I don't know. I don't know how that works because I know, there are drinks that are on the market that come with alcohol in them and they don't tell you what brand the alcohol is that's in it. But there's only one brand of the alcohol that I use in my Kahlua.
It's called Amico Petro.
It's called Everclear.
Everclear.
I don't think anybody else makes it. I don't know that there's an off-brand of Everclear anywhere. I've never seen it.
The dudes in the hills of West Virginia make
That's
it.
about
That's it.
That's the legit stuff. If I could get my hands on some of that.
Why couldn't you? And I know that it's cooked in the process, but why couldn't you make the entire
just the
Kahlua,
flavored?
just the flavoring stuff, and put it on the side and just buy this and add X amount of Everclear and then mix it together? You could have JT's, not a mixer.
Could.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
I could.
We need as many revenue streams at Parkville Media as we possibly can. Good God.
Well, then we need a bathtub.
What?
we need a vat.
Whatever. Whatever we need.
Because right now the smaller ones, I can only make 2 gallons at a time at home.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that pathetic? I can only make 2 gallons.
And that's the name of today's podcast. Perfect timing. I can only make 2 gallons a time.
At a time.
Okay.
I can only make 2 gallons at a time. That's only because I'm limited by my cookware. And actually my burners too, because I only have 2 large burners, and I'd need bigger burners. I need a bigger stove. We need a bigger stove.
Yeah. I love that title. That's funny.
So there's that. So well, I can work on that.
I think it might be kind of cool. Or
See if I
something
can just
you
make
can
a little,
give it away or whatever.
A little mixer that.
Like take this and add 6 cups of Everclear and
honestly,
chill it, and you're good to go.
You don't have to have the Everclear in it to still have the taste. No fun, but you still have vodka. There's still the vodka in your drink. Like if you're making a bulldog,
Sure.
you'd still mix it with the vodka. The Kahlua does have quite a kick to it.
Yeah.
But that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Maybe I
see?
can make just the flavoring.
Yeah. And then see
And
what-
you have to come up with another name too, because Kahlua again is like the name Kleenex. It's a brand name
yeah, we could call it
because it's actually a coffee flavored liqueur.
JT's cough medicine or Jill's something. I don't know. We'll work on that one. I can only do so much.
We'll just throw it out there. See if anybody has any ideas for names. And I'll kind of work with that a little bit. See
Sounds
if
like
I
a
can
plan.
come up with something that might work. I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to go down this road or not. Did you hear about the lady that had triplets?
Yeah, I don't understand this.
South Dakota.
I don't understand how this can happen.
There are pregnant women I know that do not know how this could happen.
We've talked about this over the years. The toilet baby. So the lady's
Yeah.
going like, I just thought I had to go to the bathroom real bad, and a baby came out.
Yeah,
It's like, that's not how it works.
She thought she had kidney stones. Her name is Danette. She lives in South Dakota, and she thought that it felt like kidney stones. She's had it before, and I'll tell you one thing: kidney stones. And I've talked to people. Granted, I've never birthed a child, but I'm going to tell you right now, everybody pretty much says kidney stones are legitimately
I've heard that too.
pretty close to kicking the butt. Because, and of course, if you're going to get kidney stones, always do it on a Sunday morning.
Right. At the worst possible time.
And then try to drive there, and God help you if there's a pothole or any, it is.
And in Omaha,
it was,
there's a pothole everywhere.
It was unbearable. I still remember that day going in to get, oh my God, it was awful.
Didn't this girl though, wonder there was like 8 months without her moon visitor? Like she didn't like,
I don't think it
haven't
was
had,
8 months.
Well, it should be at least 9 months. I mean, that's,
The
I'm not
babies
a
came in at 4
scientist,
pounds
but-
apiece.
Oh, so even if
They
it's
were-
3 months and you don't have your little monthly friend, wouldn't you go to the doctor?
There are a lot of other things that play into that. And there are a lot of women that are very irregular. It's not an absolute 28-day science
Okay.
for some. And there are other health reasons too. Weight can play a factor. Too heavy or too thin is another thing. Okay. Extreme exercise can have a play in it.
Pregnancy can have a play in not having it.
Well, possibly. That's another one too. So she goes into the hospital for kidney stones, and instead they said, well, you know what? You're actually in labor. Really? I'm going to have a baby? Oh, no, you're going to have 3. And she and her husband have been together for 12 years. They have a 10-year-old, and they were done. That was it. And so it's, what?
I mean, what? I would think going into Kugler Vision and knowing you're going to get the procedure that same day is like, this is awesome. But find out you're going home with triplets, go to the doctor?
You go in for kidney stones, and you come home with 3 kids.
Oh my gosh.
So Blaze, Gypsy, and Nikki are the kids.
What?
Blaze, Gypsy, and Nikki. Stop it.
Boys or girls?
I don't know. I can't tell. And you know what? You can't either. That's up to them to decide later.
That's
Okay, I'm done. Okay, never mind.
with
All
those
right.
names, 2/3 of them are going to be strippers anyway.
No, they are.
Are you kidding me? Blaze, Gypsy, and maybe Nikki might go on to do something else. But Blaze and Gypsy,
But we're not going to say whether they're girl or boy strippers.
doesn't matter. Stripper's a stripper. Whatever. You're right.
She did good with that. Really, she really kept that right down the middle of the road, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's good. Good for her. Okay, so there you go. All right. That's all I got.
Thank you for Kugler Vision for helping us bring that garbage to the table on our podcast. We appreciate your support very, very much.
Oh my gosh. And on top, I know we've been talking a lot about the promotion that they've got going on this month. And again, just to quickly reiterate, when you go in for your consultation, you will be entered automatically in the contest, which is a $250 prize pack of school supplies that you can gift to your favorite teacher and or school, and an additional $100 gift card so they can buy other supplies, plus $150 on a gift card for you for the mark. But the main point is the consultation. And the main point is that it's a game changer when you go in and have this procedure done. And it's not just one procedure. It runs the gamut, and they are at the leading edge of this science, without a doubt.
Because you wouldn't want to go anyplace else. Anybody that's not at the front of their game. And
they're right here.
Right. Why you won't want to risk that with anyone else.
They will test your eyes 9 ways to Sunday. And then when you get done, you know exactly what you're looking at, no pun intended, for the care of your eyes and what procedures are on the table, and possibly same day.
I think it's like 16 ways to Sunday because it's like 16 different stations. So
Okay, 16 ways to Sunday.
or whatever. Just make.
I don't know why is 9 ways to Sunday. Is that the phrase?
I think so. Yeah, 9 ways to Sunday is
What
the
does that
phrase.
mean?
It means you can.
there's
you've
different ways to skin a
You have
cat.
to get stuff done in 9 different ways before Sunday comes around.
I gotta look that one up. Anyway, KuglerVision.com.
It's Pat and JT, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. 402-403-9478. You can get a hold of us 9 ways to Sunday.
9 ways to Sunday. I'll have that tomorrow.
Okay, well, wow, there you go. Tune into episode 184 for breaking news.
Pat and JT Podcast. A Parkville Media Production.